The question of extraterrestrial life has preoccupied humanity since we left childhood. If life exists somewhere in the vastness of space, what form does it take? Will we ever glimpse, and more importantly, understand these alien visitors? Hollywood's depictions have shaped modern perceptions, leading us to envision blue Gnostics or terrifying xenomorphs. However, even before modern cinema, attempts were made to predict the origin and appearance of extraterrestrials. The truth remains unknown, but scientists are persistently, albeit with varying degrees of success, attempting to unravel the mystery of extraterrestrial life. One theory, called Paleocontact, posits that our existence, figuratively speaking, was either pre-programmed by an extraterrestrial civilization, or that humanity has been visited by representatives of other worlds pursuing various goals. Erich von Däniken was a prominent proponent of this theory. Paleocontact asserts the existence of extraterrestrial life as an irrefutable fact, citing evidence such as excess genes. It's been demonstrated that humans possess 223 genes absent in any terrestrial species. Paleocontact adherents believe this suggests humans were created through extraterrestrial genetic engineering. Further evidence cited includes cave paintings in the Sahara, Japanese Dogū figurines, and the Nazca Lines. These are globally recognized, yet their origins remain unexplained. Why are flying discs depicted on the ceilings of African caves, dating back approximately 10,000 years? Why do ancient Dogū figurines resemble individuals in spacesuits? How did the desert images, only visible from the air, come into being? The pyramids and pharaohs, possibly mutants, are also brought up. Colossal structures estimated to require 140 years of construction were erected in 2 decades, with incredibly precise stonework, so tight that not even a needle could fit between the stones. The remains of Akhenaten, Tutankhamun's father, are particularly shocking, as he displayed features unlike a typical human male. Scientists suggest he suffered from 5 syndromes causing severe mutations. Beyond Paleocontact, numerous speculations exist regarding the potential appearance and intelligence of extraterrestrial beings. Humanity struggles to move beyond the familiar carbon-based life model. We tend to imagine beings remotely resembling humans, far exceeding us in development. However, some scientists believe that if this is the case, extraterrestrials would likely possess similar qualities to humans: greed, aggression, and a propensity for territorial conquest and resource acquisition, suggesting a need for caution. Considering the known facts about the origin of life and the emergence of carbon-based forms, certain conditions are necessary. First, the presence of water or another liquid. Second, if life forms are more complex than single-celled organisms, a DNA analog, information storage, and mechanisms for replication and distribution are required. Third, a light source, such as a star or stars, is necessary for biochemical reactions. While screenwriters often envision gigantic, intelligent insects, such creatures with fragile exoskeletons that are shed during molting could not grow under gravity, and a large brain would necessitate substantial space. If life in other worlds is silicon-based, it would be as dissimilar to humans as a meteor is to the Burj Khalifa, utterly alien to our understanding. Yet this theory is not without foundation. Scientists have recently discovered non-carbon-based bacteria on Earth that do not require oxygen, significantly broadening the scope of the search. On planets with exceptionally strong gravity, only large, strong creatures could survive, likely becoming highly aggressive due to fierce competition. In frozen worlds like Neptune, only bacteria forming vast networks could potentially survive. The sheer scale is daunting. Approximately 60 billion planets exist in our galaxy, the Milky Way, where life, in some form, could hypothetically develop. Scientists aren't even certain whether relatively advanced life forms or bacteria exist on planets or moons within our solar system, for example, in Europa's ocean or on the icy giants. The Voyager probes, launched in 1977, carry a gold-plated record containing sounds and images portraying the diversity of life and culture on Earth, and possibly this message is already being received by other life forms. The human need to find life like our own in the cold expanse of space sometimes becomes an obsession. Earthlings have searched for potential life forms on the barren moon, the dust of Mars, even the suffocating atmosphere of Venus, and of course, distant exoplanets hundreds of parsecs from Earth. but our habitable neighbors might be far closer than we imagine. On a cosmic scale, it's like searching in the backyard of a neighboring street. One such potential habitable planet is Gliese 581g, discovered in late September 2010. This planet's status has fluctuated, going from confirmed to suspected and back again. Initially, many astronomers considered Gliese 581g a measurement error, but its existence was eventually confirmed. Located in the constellation Libra, this potentially habitable object is just 24 light-years away. It orbits a red dwarf star, which are much smaller, cooler, and older than our Sun. 3 planets orbit within this star's habitable zone, one closer to the hotter side, one closer to the colder side, and Gliese 581g sits between them at a near-perfect distance from its star. It's approximately 7 to 11 billion years old, 3 to 4 times the mass of Earth, and has a year lasting nearly 37 days. Gliese 581g is tidally locked to its star, with one side always facing it. The landscape is likely rocky and may contain liquid water. Its strong gravity suggests the presence of an atmosphere. The average temperature at the equator is around plus 20 degrees Celsius. While it's not certain that intelligent life has developed there, the presence of even primitive organisms would be significant for scientists. If intelligent life inhabits the planet, the question remains, why haven't they contacted us yet? Even before the discovery of Gliese 581g using the Doppler method in 2008, an astronomer from an Australian university involved in the SETI program, dedicated to searching for extraterrestrial civilizations, detected a strange, sudden signal from the constellation Libra. The professor described it as a powerful, short-lived laser burst, highly interesting to scientists. Unfortunately, no further bursts followed, but astronomers remain hopeful. The planet's discoverer is fully convinced not only of Gliese 581g's existence, but also of the presence of life on its surface. What might conditions be like there? The plant life would require a thick atmospheric layer to transfer heat from the day side to the permanently shadowed night side. Photosynthesis could still occur on Gliese 581g, suggesting the possibility of higher plant life. This vegetation might resemble terrestrial shade-loving species, possessing broad, thin leaves with a smooth surface, lying parallel to the ground. Tidal forces would cause constant torrential rains and strong winds towards the dark hemisphere. Many terrestrial plants have adapted to hurricanes. Gliese 581g's flora might also have strong stems and roots comparable to steel cables. Regarding animal life, the scarcity of oxygen due to reduced plant productivity in dim light might make the terrestrial environment challenging. Animal hearing might be impaired by the relentless storms, while the underwater world could potentially thrive. Another issue is the unstable nature of the red dwarf star. It can suddenly decrease its luminosity by over 40% or instantly double it in minutes. Such a flare could strip the planet's atmosphere. However, such instability is typical of young stars, which become calmer with age. For centuries, humanity has searched for extraterrestrial life, gazing hopefully at the night sky. But it is wise to follow the classic advice: leave the sky to the birds and turn your attention to Earth. Let's search for cosmic visitors among us. Some members of the global scientific community believe that many viruses causing devastating pandemics might originate from meteorites or comets. The folk belief that a shooting star portends misfortune holds some rational basis. Which diseases considered purely terrestrial may have cosmic origins? Or perhaps extraterrestrials have long resided among us? The common fungus, often seen as an inevitable evil, causes pandemics killing millions. Consider the 1918 flu pandemic, which claimed about 2.5% of the Earth's population. People would wake up healthy, develop a high fever by midday, and die from rapid complications by night. History records many global influenza epidemics. Why do viruses continue to affect humans, despite the development of immunity after infection? Scientists have found a probable answer: viruses mutate and adapt. Furthermore, alien microorganisms readily travel through space on the tails of comets and meteorites, frequently landing on Earth. An estimated 20,000 cosmic bacteria enter Earth's atmosphere daily. Many of these are similar to Earth-based bacteria, leading to increased mutation among terrestrial viruses and the emergence of unprecedented epidemics. Mutant Salmonella, for instance, is a clear example of spaceborne infection. In 2006, an experiment aboard the Space Shuttle aimed to study the behavior of salmonella in low gravity. The study took an unexpected turn when scientists observed a rapid transformation of the bacteria. 167 genes mutated irreversibly. Mice injected with this altered salmonella died in agony, highlighting the microbe's lethality. It's frightening to imagine what microorganism might next evolve in Earth orbit. Morgellons disease, a relatively rare illness with psychogenic causes, is often linked to the 2004 crash of a probe in Utah. Patients feel parasites crawling under their skin, causing them to scratch until bloody sores develop, leading to the growth of strange fibers from their bodies. This is accompanied by insomnia and decaying teeth. Atypical pneumonia, while dangerous, is treatable with current medicine. But the 2002 outbreak in China defied classification. It spread rapidly globally, but fortunately subsided quickly. Biologists believe that contaminated cosmic dust, possibly landing in the Himalayas where the ozone layer is thinner, triggered the outbreak. This explains the sudden onset of the epidemic. While HIV is traditionally linked to a specific monkey species, a recent theory suggests that comet collisions release deadly viruses into Earth's atmosphere, perhaps responsible for the extinction of dinosaurs. Indian scientists believe that a terrestrial virus absorbing extraterrestrial DNA became extremely dangerous, suggesting a possible origin for AIDS. Zika virus, with its extreme congenital mutations and rapid evolution, is thought to regularly crossbreed with extraterrestrial counterparts, posing a significant threat. The giant panda virus, with only 6% of its DNA similar to terrestrial viruses, is 10 times larger than any Earth-based analog. Found in Chile and Australia, it only poses a threat to amoebas. For humans, it's relatively harmless. The cosmos is not merely inhospitable, it's utterly alien. What transpires in its dark depths? What dangers lurk there? Let's shed light on the realities beyond our pale blue dot. Supernovae, enormous stars, 3 to 10 or more times the size of our Sun, live far shorter lives than main-sequence stars. When their fuel is depleted, the massive gas sphere, with a core the size of Earth, collapses instantaneously to a few kilometers, becoming an ultra-dense neutron star. The energy released is colossal, hundreds of times more than the Sun's total lifetime output. This titanic explosion occurs in silence, as sound cannot travel through the vacuum of space. Betelgeuse, in the constellation Orion, is a prime candidate. If it explodes, it would be 10 times brighter than the moon in our sky. However, a supernova relatively close to Earth could destroy any civilization within 1,500 light-years. The death of our Sun is also a concern, though less dramatic than a supernova. Our Sun will expand into a red giant, its size surpassing Jupiter's orbit. Long before this happens, Earth will become uninhabitable. Scientists estimate this will occur in about 5 billion years. Black holes, devouring nearby objects, planets and stars, are inescapable. Not even light can escape. Any object can become a black hole if it reaches the Schwarzschild radius. For Earth, this is just 2 centimeters, meaning our planet's diameter would need to shrink to 4 centimeters. A galactic collision is a slow, mutual absorption of matter, with many stars ejected by the expanding gas, potentially forming a gigantic galaxy from 2 clusters. This catastrophic event is imminent. A large, dead celestial body may be hurtling towards Earth at this very moment. Earth bears many scars from smaller celestial impacts. The Moon is a testament to asteroid bombardments, around 30,000 craters. Comets, asteroids, and meteoroids travel at tremendous speeds and frequently bombard neighboring celestial bodies. Without such cataclysms, Earth's civilization may not have emerged, as the universe itself originated from the Big Bang, a catastrophe unlike any other. But we have survived, and most Earthlings justify the title of Homo sapiens. Modern humanity relies on scientific advancements and rapidly developing progress. However, not everything is explainable. Some phenomena defy established scientific principles, challenging even the most hardened skeptics and atheists. The inexplicable may eventually find an explanation, but not yet. In some areas, we remain like naive infants, gazing with wonder, apprehension, and genuine interest at a spinning top. Unexplained phenomena, from the perspective of orthodox science, remain largely unresolved. Near-death experiences are among the most mysterious events. Most survivors report similar experiences. Out-of-body illusions, a bright light at the end of a dark tunnel, conversations with deceased relatives. Scientists have attempted explanations, such as pre-death epileptic brain activity, hallucinations due to hypoxia and loss of spatial orientation, or excess carbon in the blood. None fully explain the phenomenon. The placebo effect, where a sugar pill given under the guise of a real medicine shows positive effects due to patient belief, highlights the power of suggestion on our physical and mental well-being. The vast cosmos remains a mystery. Let's move beyond black holes, quasars, and supermassive neutron stars to the universe itself. The Big Bang Theory, proposing a universe 13 to 14 billion years old, is widely accepted. However, cosmic microwave background radiation challenges this. The observable universe, from Earth's perspective, is bounded by two horizons, 28 billion light-years apart. The microwave background radiation is relatively uniform across this immense expanse. How could hot and cold regions of radiation after the Big Bang equilibrate their temperature across 28 billion light-years in just 14 billion years, given that nothing can exceed the speed of light? This question remains unanswered. UFO sightings are attributed to extraterrestrials. Governments and enthusiasts have studied this phenomenon, yet the mystery persists. Documented accounts of flying saucers date back to the 10th century. Hypotheses include misidentification of contemporary aircraft, optical or atmospheric illusions, hallucinations, or outright fraud. Déjà vu, meaning already seen in French, affects 97% of people. The phenomenon is linked to false memories, more common in epileptics, those sensitive to stress, impressionable individuals, and teenagers under 17. Hypotheses range from associative thinking to minor memory glitches. More exotic theories include past life experiences or awakening clairvoyance. It can resemble the plot of a novel or even a hallucination. Many other mysteries remain. Unexplained human intuition, the Bermuda Triangle, disappearances, dark matter and energy, tetraneutrons, and much more. The night sky, appearing different from various vantage points on Earth due to time, date, and location, has shown the same stars for centuries. The Milky Way, our home galaxy, contains 200 to 400 billion stars. The discrepancy arises from indirect measurement methods using powerful telescopes and complex calculations. The Milky Way's disk rotates around a central mass estimated to be 100 billion solar masses, located in Sagittarius. This central core pulsates, possessing the energy of 100 million suns, with a much higher star density than the spiral arms. Astronomers hypothesize that a supermassive black hole, or perhaps more, resides at the center of every galaxy, including ours. We don't see this because the solar system orbits the galactic center at 250 kilometers per second, completing one revolution every 220 million years, around 20 times in the solar system's 4.5 billion year lifetime. The solar system lies about 28,000 light-years from the galactic center, on the outskirts. From different viewpoints, different horizons become visible. Our observable stars include giants like Betelgeuse and Orion, 350 times larger than the Sun. Epsilon Aurigae, an infrared supergiant, dwarfs Betelgeuse. Its diameter is 3.7 billion kilometers, exceeding the orbits of all planets up to Uranus. Its luminosity is 60,000 times that of the Sun. White dwarfs are small but incredibly hot and dense, comparable to the Sun in mass. 1 cubic centimeter of white dwarf material weighs several tons. The Milky Way also contains gas and dust nebulae, asteroid belts, planetary systems, and black holes. Our Sun provides the light and warmth sustaining humanity. We have only traversed halfway through our journey. Humanity has long considered itself special. Once, we believed ourselves the center of the universe, as if a superior being created this world for us. As scientists pushed the boundaries of knowledge, the idea of a purposeful design emerged, a divine plan beyond comprehension. Modern people still hold this belief, comforting yet stifling progress. Is this design truly rational? Neil deGrasse Tyson, offers an alternative perspective, comparing two ideas. Our universe isn't hospitable to life. Humans would die instantly in most parts of the universe except Earth. Even here, dangers threaten us. Galactic orbits bring us near supernovae. Critical proximity would destroy our ozone layer. Galaxies collide. A collision with Andromeda, far larger than our Milky Way, will obliterate our Orion arm. The universe's temperature will approach absolute zero. Life will cease. Earth, to many, is a paradise. But did someone create it for humans? Volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, and asteroids are hardly protective measures. 99% of all life forms on Earth have died out. The 3.5 billion years needed for multicellular life's emergence contradicts a purposeful design if the goal was humanity. Humans are far from perfect. We can't perceive electromagnetic fields or ionizing radiation, making us vulnerable. We constantly need food, often of a specific kind. Crocodiles, however, can survive for a week on a single chicken. Dolphins breathe and eat through different orifices. Humans use the same. People choke to death annually. It's hardly fair. Both viewpoints, the purposeful design and random chance, are valid. Appreciate life, but don't place it at the center of everything. Obsession with a divine plan can hinder progress. If scientists attribute every difficult problem to God, solutions like a cancer cure will never be found. Orthodox astronomy considers supernovae the most powerful cataclysms. But in the 1960s, some scientists held a different view. A giant collapse and the instantaneous ejection of matter from a massive star is spectacular, yet the explosion of a galactic core dwarfs even this. In 1963, Sanders and Lins in the USA published observations of the galaxy NGC 3034 in Ursa Major. Its unusual orange glow, unlike the typical bluish hue of its type, sparked further study. The galaxy's core showed active processes, a bidirectional ejection of diffuse matter extending to incredible distances. 1 kiloparsec is roughly 30 trillion kilometers. To traverse 3 kiloparsecs, the gas must have traveled at 1,000 kilometers per second, implying an explosion 1.5 million years ago. The ejected matter's mass is estimated at 5.6 million solar masses, with a total energy of 9 times 10 to the power of 48 joules, a million times greater than a supernova. The galactic core explosion clearly surpasses supernovae in scale. This could be a unique event, a cosmic anomaly. Using the Cigar Galaxy as an example, scientists demonstrated that galactic core explosions occur continuously. If the explosion happened 1.5 million years ago, and the matter has traveled 3 kiloparsecs, in 10 million years it will be around 15 kiloparsecs away. The gas will lose speed and energy. After 10 million years, the event will be nearly undetectable. If a life-bearing world has existed for 10 billion years and galactic cores periodically explode, only 1 in 1,000 star systems would witness such an event. It's not surprising that this was discovered 40 years after galactic observations began. Astronomers are now studying galaxies like NGC 5195 and NGC 3077, which share similarities with the Cigar Galaxy, except for the absence of radio emissions that typically accompany such explosions. Soviet astronomer Boris Vorontsov-Velyaminov noted these galaxies, and further research revealed several more with similar anomalous orange-red luminosity. The question of the consequences of such an explosion in our galaxy's core arises. The hypothesis that galactic magnetic fields would prevent particles from traveling vast distances was disproved in the 1980s. Rays would pass through with little hindrance. Superwaves, traveling near light speed, would reach the solar system after such an explosion. Mass ejections likely occurred during the Ice Age, coinciding with active galactic core phases, leading to significant climate change. Scientific progress accelerates, with new discoveries continually surprising us. What was once deemed impossible is now becoming reality. Computer chips mimicking brain function have been created, solving problems rapidly. While similar machines were built before, they were room-sized. This new chip is just a few millimeters across. Laser light replaces electrical transistors. The laser splits into multiple beams, each containing different information based on the beam's brightness. Light particles undergo coordinated quantum tunneling, producing the computational result. Metallic hydrogen, previously theoretical, possessing potentially useful properties, was created in 2017 by Isaac Silvera's team at Harvard University by compressing hydrogen with a diamond anvil cell to 4.9 million atmospheres. Further research and testing are necessary. Ultra-low temperatures were achieved by John Teufel's team at the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, cooling a microscopic vibrating aluminum membrane using a novel microwave method to 360 microkelvin, 10,000 times colder than space vacuum. This research is crucial for studying superconductivity and creating future quantum computers. Extremely bright artificial light, 1 billion times brighter than the sun, was achieved by Donald Umstadter's team at the University of Nebraska, creating a new type of X-ray imaging for detecting tumors. Scientists at the SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory accidentally created a black hole effect. Xenon atoms and iodine methane and benzene molecules were bombarded with a powerful X-ray laser. Iodine, after losing electrons, began absorbing electrons from neighboring carbon and hydrogen atoms. The rapidly absorbed electrons were ejected by the radiation, creating a chain reaction resembling matter being sucked into a black hole. The iodine atom lost 54 electrons instead of the expected 47, causing the molecule to disintegrate. This research can aid in determining the structure of complex organic molecules using X-ray lasers. You're likely seated before a monitor feeling alone, but unseen microbial life thrives both within and around you. Bacteria, the oldest organisms on Earth, are likely to be the last remaining life on Earth after humanity's demise. These tiny organisms, seemingly insignificant, are our distant relatives. 37% of the human genome shows similarities with ancient archaea and other microorganisms. There are 10 times more bacterial cells in our body than human cells. Without bacteria, we couldn't digest food. These organisms adapt to specific diets. American gut bacteria process fats, Venezuelan bacteria process complex carbohydrates, and Japanese bacteria can break down seaweed. Without bacteria, Earth would be covered in meters of waste. Decomposition would cease, soils would deplete, plants would die, and animals would starve. Humans have harnessed bacteria to consume radioactive particles and pesticides. Bacteria cause diseases like anthrax, bubonic plague, and cholera, but their elimination wouldn't solve the problem of illness. Immunity retains memory of pathogens, building lifelong resistance to some. The naive immune systems of the indigenous people of the Americas were decimated by diseases brought by Europeans. We are guests in their world. Bacteria lack digestive systems, nervous systems, yet possess primitive social consciousness and collective intelligence. They have a form of memory, and their high sensitivity remains unexplained. Some bacteria can identify a single particle among 10,000. If humans possessed this capability, we could identify a single coin among 10,000. Some bacteria cover a distance 90 times their body length per second. A 5-meter-long car traveling at 90 kilometers per hour covers a distance only 5 times its length. If bacteria were larger, they might rule the planet. Only 1/100th of bacterial diversity has been studied, but this is enough to understand that a world without bacteria would be a dead world. Humanity has accumulated traditions, superstitions, and scientific knowledge. Yet, some rational concepts are unquestioningly accepted. The number 7 is considered lucky, frequently used in literature and daily life. The 7 notes in Western music are based on the intervals between sounds most distinctly perceived by the human ear, the octave and the perfect fifth. Sight and hearing perceive a greater range, but these 7 notes are fundamental. Before modern notation, symbols indicated how to sing church hymns. Guido d'Arezzo, a monk, used the hymn Ut Cant Laxus to name the notes, creating the system we use, except for Ut, later changed to Do. The note Si was added later, from the last line of the hymn. Each note possesses overtones, creating multiple frequency values. Doubling the frequency results in an octave. Increasing it 1.5 times yields a perfect fifth, natural and harmonious intervals. Musicians have long used the natural octave, incorporating 7 frequencies. Later, 12 notes were added for higher and lower sounds, but the 7 basic notes remain the same. Instruments might have different divisions, but 7 and 12 remain standard. The mathematician Fourier pondered why the number 7 is so prevalent. He claimed an object can't be equally divided. A halved apple still has a knife mark. Division always leads to 7. It appears in the periodic table, the week, the rainbow, and the number of objects a person can easily remember. The number 7 might be significant. If everyone tells one friend about a channel and they find it interesting, the subscriber count will double quickly. If you like this video, like it and use Smatruchabel. Comments without replies will appear in the next video. Subscribe to the channel and group, and share with friends. Be in the center of the universe. Subscribe.